Okay.
Okay, 10 seconds. So what we want to talk about today is we are live.
Yeah.
So welcome to the viewers, and this is only a teaser or a trailer. This is not the program, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
happy to have PA Krishnan here with us. And what we will be addressing tomorrow, why do we want to do this program tomorrow? This was actually PAK's idea. So let me ask you, sir, why did you want to come up with this program? And what do you think our viewers can expect from this program?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much for arranging this program. Yeah, I am enjoying myself here in the United States,
Mhm.
your country, my
Mhm.
son's country, my grandson's country, my daughter-in-law's country.
Of course.
And yeah, I this time, I had time to travel, and last Saturday, Sunday, I was in the Death Valley,
Mm.
which I consider to be one of the
Most beautiful.
most beautiful and most what should I say, cosmic places to
Mm.
visit on Earth. So that was a great experience. I am generally I'm enjoying myself
Mhm.
playing. What should I say? I
Mm.
spend my time, far away from Facebook, playing with my grandson,
Mhm.
which of course is unalloyed joy, I should say.
Mm.
You have met him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
yeah.
So
So you
what
see,
went on in your mind about why
yeah,
this
yes,
topic
yes,
and
yes, yes,
what do
yes,
we
yes.
want?
Yes. There's a it can be a cliche, but it's not. We are now living
Mhm.
at a turning point of world history. This is this period. Will be spoken about by future historians as the post. What should I say? The post single power era, or the post
Yeah.
single superpower era. See, this today is this year. In fact, this year can be called as important as 1945 or 1991 when Soviet Union collapsed. Okay,
Mm.
this year is going to change uh, the entire setup in the globe, entire political and economic and even cultural setup in the
Yeah.
whole world. So this and what is surprising is that during the years intervening between now and the Second World War, world is going towards democracy. The world is in fact going towards uh, accepting the people's will as the ultimate authority. Okay, but this this event, which happened in Ukraine on February 24th, I think, 24th
Mhm.
of 2022, has has made us ask several questions about how effective the world democracies are, especially the Western democracies are,
Mm.
and what are their, what their roles are going to be in future. Okay, all these issues are very, very important. At the same time, there are two more emerging powers. If you could see, the thing
Mhm.
is, you could, in fact, there are the Western Bloc. Let's say European Union as one,
Yeah.
America as one, and Russia as one, China as one, and then India.
Yes.
India as
Yes.
another emerging power in the world. Okay, so the how their interactions will be in future among these powers. All these things have to be All these things have to be discussed. All these things have to be discussed
And
in all these have to be analyzed and discussed. And in fact, you may say that it's too early to discuss. Yes, it's too early to discuss, but we should discuss. We should find out. We should at least try to, analyze and get an idea as to where the world is going during this period. This is yeah,
yeah. So and there is another part to this, right? So when we talk about democracy, we are also talking about and have to talk about the internal threats to democracy in the oldest democracy, which is US, and the largest democracy, which is India.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
in the entire history of the United States as a republic, going over 200 years, never have we
Yes,
seen a sitting US president undermine our own election, organize literally a coup of the election using the full weight of the US presidency, and unleashing literally fanatics and thugs and murderers on the US Capitol Hill on a very sacrosanct, what was usually a nondescript day. Nobody usually knows about January 6th, which is when the Electoral College votes are counted. And it is a non event usually. And the peaceful transfer of power is always considered the hallmark of democracy.
exactly.
And I think in the very first letter, in one of the letters that Nehru wrote to the chief ministers before the first election, he underscores that point. Elections are also about losing, and accepting an electoral defeat is the hallmark of democracy. And
Of course it
we
is.
had the worst moment in US
Yeah,
democracy at that time. And since then, though we defeated Trump, Trumpism, as we call it, is alive.
yeah,
Challenging elections, challenging the electoral democracy is still alive. How is the US going to face that? And then in India, there are different kind of internal threats, particularly the communal threat that is happening, which is tearing apart at India as a liberal. Secondly, what is a liberal democracy? Can we be democracies without liberalism? And then we are also going to look at a little bit at our own home state, Tamil Nadu,
yes, of
and
course.
how democratic it is. What are the challenges there for democracy within Tamil Nadu as a state? So these are all
Exactly.
some of the topics that we intend to address. And yeah, yes, sir. You seem to have some finishing.
No, no, no. I completely agree with whatever you were saying. We will have to discuss all these things, and we will also have to discuss uh, this this charade that is taking place in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hoisting up a convicted criminal as a martyr or as a as a great leader or something.
Mm-mm-mm.
Maybe DMK may choose him as the next Home Minister of Tamil Nadu. One never knows. The way they are
I
celebrating.
don't think so, but I know you're using that as a hyperbole,
Yeah,
hyperbole. But
whatever it is,
uh,
yeah, it may be an hyperbole, but hyperboles are are becoming
on
realities.
that note, I want to keep the topic a little fresh for tomorrow, but I have some thoughts on that. It's
Yeah,
not just Tamil Nadu, right? Sikhs have had rallies in support of Indra's assassins.
yeah,
And so there is a larger phenomenon to be spoken about how we look at
yeah.
assassination.
See. The
And
thing is, if you want to, if a community wants to commit collective suicide, nobody can help it. One can only point out. One can only point out these things. Sikhs went through this madness during the 80s,
yeah.
and they came around. Okay, now if again it is starting, uh, I'm quite sure no Indian democracy and Indian state has the wherewithal to counter all these aberrations. I'm quite sure about that.
So
Okay,
those are
and
all the topics, right? When
yeah,
we talk about
yeah,
internal threats to democracy, let's
exactly,
talk about it tomorrow. So
exactly, exactly, exactly.
I think I want the viewers to join us tomorrow. It's
Yeah,
10 a.m. United States Eastern Time and 7:30 p.m. Indian time. Both of us will be on to talk about the state of democracy, starting off with the Ukraine conflict, then going to the internal threats to democracy within the countries.
and the conundrum in Tamil Nadu, and the
Yeah,
charade and the tamasha in Tamil Nadu, not
absolutely,
conundrum,
absolutely.
tamasha in Tamil Nadu.
We'll be touching a few other points because this is what is happening in Ukraine has got so much repercussions on global economy.
Yeah,
Both economies are
yeah,
going under severe inflation. There is a possibility of recession. So there is a lot of angles to be covered in this state of democracy
yeah.
conversation.
In fact, in fact, uh, you have you are the world is witnessing an energy and a food
Yes.
crisis the
This
coming
is a very
autumn.
unique moment, as you rightly said. One
Exactly.
could call it 1939 or 1945 or 91. But this is a very unique moment in history.
Exactly.
We are not yet out of the pandemic. We have a war going on. There is
Exactly.
a global economic crisis brewing. Right wing philosophies on the rise in many countries. There
Exactly.
is a threat to democracy. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it all tomorrow. So join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and 7:30 p.m. Indian Time.
Thank you.
Make it
Thank
very
you.
good.
Thank you, Arvind. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Bye.